What's going on, everybody? You back rocking with your boy Sweet Science. You're on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications, because we're going to talk about it. So I'm sure y'all saw the title of this video, and I just want to give my synopsis, my observation, my opinion on the twilight years that we are now witnessing in the career of Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, again, these are not facts. Well, some of the things I'm going to say are facts. These are my opinions for the most part, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. Y'all have y'all opinions. Some of y'all opinions may differ from mine. Some of y'all opinions may be similar to mine. And I don't think that Canelo's getting ready to retire, but I think he's getting tired. No pun intended. Because, you know, a lot of the Canelo Knights, you know, one of my problems with boxing and boxing fans today is, like, y'all defend shit that's beta male shit. Like, and that could be because a lot of y'all are beta males. I'm not saying you are. I don't know all of you individually or personally. So that could be because a lot of y'all are beta males, and beta males band together to try to extinguish alpha male energy. Because it's a beta world we live in now. Everything's so watered down. Everybody's so pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, when motherfuckers see bravery in anything, or anything that resembles real man shit nowadays, they try to tear it down. They try to diminish it. They try to put it out, sweep it under the rug. And what I mean by that is, you know, the last time, to me, Canelo fought a dangerous fighter, and this is no slight to my guy, Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. I think he did well in that fight. I think that he was forced to abandon his game plan once they found out that he was down on the scorecards, which he shouldn't have been, because my girl's younger brother is, like, last I checked, is like a big Canelo fan, and we were all watching that fight, and I was asking him throughout the rounds, like, do you think he's winning this? And he was like, nah, I don't. And then the scorecards came out. Caleb Plant and Kemp must have gotten wind, and he abandoned his game plan. He was boxing beautifully. He was making Canelo miss. He was making him pay. Plant doesn't have the most power, so it wasn't like he was making him pay like a Gervonta Tank Davis did Rolly Romero type of pay, but he was making him pay. And an accumulation of shots over time, you know, that does damage, and that adds up in damage and in points. So he was making Canelo miss, he was making Canelo pay, and he was boxing beautifully until he had to abandon his game plan. So I'm going to exclude Caleb Plant, but I have not seen Canelo Alvarez fight someone dangerous, or in a fight to where I said to myself, hey man, he could lose this fight. I haven't seen him fight someone of that caliber since 2017, the second time he fought Triple G. He's been taking cakewalks since then. Billy Joe Saunders, please, Billy Joe Saunders. I can't even remember Avni Yildirim. Trash. I don't care if he was as mandatory or not. A lot of y'all, and I'm not going to get into the dynamics of who, but a lot of y'all say or act like Canelo's the face of boxing and he's such a boss. Well, when you're a boss, like, say, a Floyd Mayweather, you get to decide, especially in this point of your career, you get to decide who you fight if you really want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So, Canelo hasn't fought a dangerous fight. I don't care what any of you say. Since 2017, it is now 2022, and we're halfway through this year. So we'll be in 2023 soon. And Canelo, he used to be one of my favorite fighters, actually, back in the day. This is before the clenbuterol scandal. This is before that. This is before he went on fucking cherry picking fucking rampage. You know what I'm saying? So he hasn't fought nobody dangerous since 2017. And that was the second Triple G fight, into which I feel like he won. And to be honest, I feel like Canelo won both of those fights. A lot of people said that they feel like Triple G won that first fight. No, he didn't. I don't feel like he did. I feel like Canelo edged it. And I feel like he won the first one. But I get it if, he didn't knock him out. So a lot of motherfuckers wanted to see it again. And that was a big, important, at the time, rivalry in boxing. So we wanted to see it again. I wasn't mad that they did it a second time. But after that, we didn't see Canelo fight nobody of stature, of terrorizing stature, for a long time. He fought Triple G when Triple G was Triple G. I mean, Triple G was still in his late 30s when Canelo fought him, but he was still dangerous, and he was still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I give Canelo his props for the first two Triple G fights, but he don't get no props from me since then. He tried to say, Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter, but yeah, he didn't fight him. You know what I'm saying? Only Canelo thinks that Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter, but real boxing heads don't think that. That was just his excuse to not fight him, because he knew that Demetrius Andrade has a legitimate chance to beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's because he knows Andrade has a legitimate chance to beat him, and that was his excuse. That was his excuse to not fight Andrade. You're a horrible fighter. You're a horrible fighter. Nigga, you've been fighting horrible fighters since 2017. You know what I'm saying? And he got up out of 160 because of Jermall Charlo, period. No matter how you try to flip it or spin it, y'all talking about Abney Yildirim was a mandatory for him, so was Jermall Charlo. And who's a bigger name, Abney Yildirim or Jermall Charlo? Who's a more dangerous fighter, Abney Yildirim or Jermall Charlo? Who's going to bring you more money, Abney Yildirim or Jermall Charlo? So they both were mandatories. There's no difference. Yet Mauricio Suleiman, this is not me, Mauricio Suleiman said that Canelo in camp asked to make up this franchise belt shit and become the franchise champion because they were scared of Jermall Charlo, to run from Jermall Charlo. No matter how you slice it, I mean, take it how you want. That's just the facts. And so they made up this stupid ass franchise champion, which other scary ass champions like Lomachenko saw an opportunity to run from their mandatories in Devin Haney. And now it creates this stupid ass situation of niggas who aren't undisputed talking about they were undisputed, like George Kambosos or like Teofimo Lopez. Y'all was never undisputed because y'all didn't have the real WBC belt. Y'all had a franchise title. And if you don't know about the franchise title or what it is, do your fucking research and go to the man who runs the WBC and see what his explanation of the franchise title is. You cannot win it, you cannot lose it, then it's not a real title. So Kambosos, Teofimo were never real undisputed fighters. I'll give Canelo his undisputed at 168, although he didn't want that WBC belt until David Benavidez lost it. And if Canelo really wanted to prove he was really a monster or he was really serious like that, he would fight David Benavidez. He would fight Charlo. But he tries to ignore him, and he gets his ass whooped by Dimitri Bivol, and y'all talking about he dared to be great. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. He didn't dare to be great, stupid ass. He didn't dare to fucking be great. And you don't know that he didn't dare to be great, stupid, because he had already fought at 175. He fought motherfucking Kovalev at 175 a while ago. So it ain't no motherfucking weight class he didn't compete in before. The nigga got beat up. That's what the fuck happened. He didn't have skill enough to beat Dimitri Bivol. That's what happened. The bitch didn't dare to be great, nigga. He got whipped. He got whipped on every fucking round. And then they tried to give the nigga 4 or 5 rounds. What fight was they watching? The nigga got whipped. You understand what I'm saying? So cut the he dared to be great shit. No, the fuck he didn't. The nigga thought it was sweet with Dimitri Bivol, took his dumb ass up to 175, trying to cherry pick, and it was a cherry pick gone wrong, and he got his ass whooped. And instead of being a real champion and going for the rematch, he decides to go back for a fight that nobody asked for against a fucking 41-year-old Gennady Golovkin, whom of which he beat already years ago for a third fight. Nobody wants to see that shit. And then they got the nerve to say Gennady Golovkin versus fucking Canelo Alvarez 3 in 2022 is bigger than fucking Spence Bud? Are you, nigga, you can only fool casuals like that, and only a casual would argue that that's the case. Shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. What the fuck, man? Nigga, bro. You know what I ain't heard in a long time? I ain't heard nobody say in a long time boxing's dead. Boxing been popping for some years now. And in fact, it seemed like motherfucking UFC is dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it usually be the UFC fans that be saying that. I don't watch UFC. That's just, to me, it's trash. Niggas rolling around nut hugging and shit. I ain't doing all that. But I ain't heard nobody say boxing is dead in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Fucking Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez is not motherfucking bigger than Spence Crawford. It's not. And so, yeah, the nigga he decides to go fight a 41-year-old Gennady Golovkin, whom which he already beat. And it's funny because the same motherfuckers that's trying to big up this fight, oh, yeah, I want to, man, shut the fuck up. But yet, when Wilder fought Ortiz, the casuals, Ortiz is 40. He's 40. He's an old man. Gennady Golovkin is a motherfucking old man. Nigga. But I don't see nobody say nothing about that. So, I just wanted to cook on that Canelo shit real quick. He had the option to do a deal with the PBC and fight Benavidez and or Charlo, and he opted out to do that, which for more money. He opted out to do that to fight Dimitri Bivol. So it's like the same thing with Anthony Joshua. You lost to a motherfucker that really a lot of people didn't know like that, and for a lesser bag. That's embarrassing. And then chose not to do the rematch, which is even more embarrassing. I think Canelo's a disgrace, and he's putting a black eye on the sport. He's not the fucking face of boxing, okay? He's the black eye at this point of boxing. So yeah, man. That's my cook on that. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for your post notifications, and I'm gone.